returned to the state after hosting the PDP Governors Forum meeting in Abuja. Government House reporter Patience John reports.
Governor Mono expressed gratitude to his colleagues for the confidence reposed in him to host the meeting, describing it as a privilege. The governor said that the PDP will not renege on its objectives of good governance, while Akwa State will continue to stand tall in the Committee of State in work for the good of her people.
It has always been a tradition. I must thank my predecessor for the great work he did to gain the confidence of his colleagues that made it possible for them to want to continue to use Akwa Ibom House as a venue of the meeting. For me, it's a vote of confidence in the things that we're doing. And I see it as a privilege, and I'd like to thank all of our senior colleagues who have given us that privilege to host it.
The governor later had a chat with pupils at Divine Assistance Christian Academy, Akbc, where he advised them to study hard and imbibe the virtues of hard work, respect, and honesty in order to have a rewarding future.
Your welcoming song and everything, everything works well. I'd like to congratulate you that you are in school now, but you must do everything to read your books and show that you study well, read well and study well. How many of you want to become doctors? Everybody. How many of you want to become engineers? Okay. How many of you want to become pastors? Okay, that's good. Okay, you know what? With God, all things are possible. As you read your book, you concentrate, stay focused, and have the fear of God. How many of you still go to Sunday school? Good, good. So when you go to Sunday school, they teach you about the fear of God, and that will make you to be good children.
The pupils led by the school's proprietor, Bishop Jiwe Ikwa, were at the Victor Atta International Airport on an excursion. Patience John, Akbc News.
The people of Ikot Senatorial District have pledged their support to Governor Umoino to enable him to deliver on his campaign promises. They made the pledge when the governor paid a thank you visit to the senatorial district. Her Government House reporter Patience John says past and present political office holders were on hand to receive the governor and his entourage.
At the thank you visits to Ikot Senatorial District, which held at Obong Michael Family's country home, Udorikot in the Sinodin local government area, Governor Moira appreciated the people for what he described as the overwhelming support he enjoyed from them during the elections. He promised to reciprocate the gesture by ensuring inauguration of projects in all the local government areas in the state during his tenure.
As a point of contact to say thank you to Ikot Senatorial District. If you didn't know any problem before, now forget very many. Sonida, Nobasi, you speak for Diana, you feel quite good. You understand you lay down in front. So leading in is also even people from other parties that supported us. We thank you. Even can Sana, local government by local government. We have Sana projects. We have Sana flag off. We have Sana commissioning. But after
the political leader of Uyo Senatorial District, Senator Ifeomba, described the visit as a promise kept by the campaign team in acknowledgement of the support from the people of Ikot Senatorial Districts.
Pastor Umoino. Akbc Territorial District.
Speaking on behalf of Akbc Senatorial District, Senator Emmanuel Ibohisen said that the coming of the governor to thank his people is a testament of his honest and humble disposition.
Who congratulates him for winning that election. We in the senatorial district by the Wakera so no come none for nobody Yabasara Mefu. Aram the government say government for what I found in the government. I have found in our problem state.
The immediate past deputy governor in the state, Mr. Moses Ekbu, and the chairman of a series of local government area, Mr. Anthony Luke Odo, expressed the sentiment of the people and assured him of a cordial working relationship. High point of the visit was the presentation of gifts to the governor and his wife, Patience, as well as the deputy governor, Senator Akun Eyaye. The governor stopped by Okanwa West to have a word with roadside traders and support them with cash gifts. Patience John, Akbc News.
Governor Moina has spoken of his determination to complete economically viable projects initiated by past administrations in the state in order to promote continuity and ensure that the masses benefit from such projects. The governor was speaking in Eket while inspecting the Eket Ultra Modern Market, formerly known as Uranka. Our Government House reporter Patience John has more on the inspection.
By the Deputy Governor, Senator Akon Eyaye, the SSG, Prince Enobong Ura, and other government officials, Governor Moino assured that the markets will receive the needed attention in line with his Arise agenda. He said the Eket Ultramodern Market, formerly known as Uranka, on completion will tackle street trading in the area and provide convenience and comfort to traders and buyers.
All of you hired me by your 354,000 votes to ensure that we work day and night. And that's what has informed our decision. This market has been here for a while. It was stalled due to COVID. So we need to ensure that this project gets back on track. I promised during my campaigns that we will complete all projects that are not completed by my predecessor, my boss. And so I think it's in line with that promise. You can see the extent of work here. If we leave it, it will begin to decay. So we must put it to use before we can clear the people on the street doing street trading. We must give them a better alternative.
Conducting the governor and his team round the market, also known as China Market, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Trade and Investment, Mr. Oliver Udokpo, explained that the market has 2,008 shops. Giving an insight of the project, the immediate past legislator for Eket State constituency, Mr. David Lawrence, said the market, which is in partnership with Chinese investors, was conceived by Eket Local Government Council and later taken up by the state government. Patience John, Akbc News.
The use of virtual reality immersive learning has been canvassed as a necessity to enhance teachers' productivity. This informed a collaboration between the State Ministry of Education and a Lagos-based technology company, Infotech Technology Limited, to organize training for teachers in Uyo to enhance their capacity. The report.
Secretary, Ministry of Education, Lady Rose Bassi, said the introduction of the innovative solutions device into the school system was based on priority attached to education of children by the state government. She charged teachers at the training to make good use of the knowledge gained so they would transfer to their colleagues and students in their various schools, noting that the exercise was a train the trainers.
To make education in Akbc State compete with education in other parts of the world. So we provide this. If we provide an individual device, and you, the teacher, don't know how to use them, it's going to be wasted. So this is like a trainer's workshop.
The head Directorate of Educational Services, Nsekpo, lauded the state government for advancing the use of information technology devices in the public secondary schools and advised participants to ensure effective service delivery. A resource person, Mr. Kachuku Odu, who is the product manager, Infoport Technology Limited, said the tablet is developed with a breakdown of every lesson, classwork, pre-test and examination questions that enhance easy teaching and learning activities for both teachers and students.
These have British curriculum, Nigerian curriculum already loaded. The children are able to do chemistry practicals with this. They're able to see things in biology, the heart, how it's dissected, and all of this. This is supposed to do what? Improve their learning and give them experiential learning.
Some of the participants appreciated government for organizing the training, which they said have impacted them with modern technological skills in teaching and learning. They were all presented with tablets for job efficiency.
Still to come, Senate confirms appointment of Chief of Defense Staff, Service Chiefs. U.S. President Joe Biden visits Helsinki, calls Finland incredible asset for NATO. We have details of this and more after the break.
This is a home where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. It's only man, you know. We go stand together, we go make them better. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we be. It's only man, you know. No matter where we be, we are one. Let's live together in peace and harmony. Yeah. This is a home where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. It's only man, you know. We go stand together, we go make them better. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we be. It's only man, you know. No matter where we be, we are one. Let's live together in peace and harmony. Yeah.
Glad that you are still there with us, and now to the rest of our stories. Ifeanyi Ibibio, the Supreme Council of Ibibio traditional rulers, has extended the condolences of the Ibibio people to the paramount ruler of Ine local government area, Edidem Udoite Edon, over the death of an illustrious son of the area, the late Obong Bassi Inwayen, who died in the United States of America. In a message personally signed by the Okwibomi Bibio and Patriarch of the Ibibio, His Eminence Ntinyin Solomon Daniel Etuk, the Ifomibomi Bibio recalled the late Obong Bassi Inwayen was a consummate businessman, astute politician, and a patriotic citizen whose contributions to the well-being and development of Akwa Ibom State, the Niger Delta region, and Nigeria in general cannot be easily quantified. The message noted that in Ifemibumi Bibio, Akwasu Imaisong Bibio, and other circles of community endeavors, the late Obong Bassi Inwayen was distinctive in his service. According to the message, it is on record that he was conferred with several awards and chieftaincy titles, such as Obong Iberedem of Nkari clan in a local government area, and the Akwa Ibom State in recognition of his sterling services. Furthermore, the statement noted that in furtherance of his quest to foster enduring peace in the state, the late Obong Bassi Inwayen gathered well-known sons and daughters of Akwa Ibom State from various fields of endeavors to establish the famous socio-political think tank, the Ibom Patriot, and serve as the Chancellor until his death. In addition, the Ifemibumi Bibio noted that as a peacemaker, counselor, a man of admirable virtue and impeccable character, the late Obong Bassi Inwayen earned the utmost trust and respect of the Okwibomi Bibio and the Patriarch of the Ibibios, as well as the Ifemibumi Bibio throughout his lifetime. The statement noted that the late Obong Bassi Inwayen will be greatly missed by all who came across him, and prayed God to grant the paramount ruler of Ine local government area, the family, the people of Ine local government area, and Akwa Ibomites the fortitude to obey the laws. The Senate has confirmed the appointment of the Chief of Defense Staff and Service Chiefs appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The top security chiefs that were confirmed yesterday are Major General Christopher Musa as Chief of Defense Staff, Major General T.A. Lagbaja as Chief of Army Staff, Rear Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala as Chief of Naval Staff, and Air Vice Marshal H.B. Abubakar as Chief of Air Staff. Prior to the confirmation, the service chiefs went into a closed-door session where the senators engaged them for about 3 hours. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has written to the House of Representatives requesting its approval of $800 million loan from the World Bank to finance the National Safety Net Program. It will be recalled that former President Muhammadu Buhari started the program. The later title, Request for Approval of Additional Financing of the National Social Safety Network Program by the National Assembly, was read by the Speaker of the House, Mr. Tajuddin Abbas, at Thursday plenary. The letter noted that the purpose of the facility is to expand coverage of shock responsive safety net support for poor and vulnerable Nigerians and to help them cope with the cost of meeting basic needs. It further stated that under the conditional cash transfer window of the program, the federal government of Nigeria will transfer the sum of 8,000 naira per month to 12 million poor and low-income households for a period of 6 months, with a multiplier effect on about 60 million individuals. The letter stated that in order to guarantee the credibility of the process, digital transfers will be made directly to beneficiaries' accounts and mobile wallets. It is expected that the program will stimulate economic activities in the formal sector and improve nutrition, health, and education outcomes for beneficiary households. US President Joe Biden yesterday called Finland joining NATO an incredible asset as he meets with Finnish leaders in Helsinki on his way back from a summit of the Western Alliance. At a bilateral meeting with Finnish President Sauli Niinisto, Biden said, "I don't think NATO's ever been stronger." Biden noted that the US and Finland had shared democratic values. Niinisto, who spoke of a new era in our security, thanked the US for its support and commended Biden for bringing unity to the NATO summit in Lithuania. Biden later met with the heads of state and government of the Nordic countries of Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and Iceland to discuss climate change. Biden called for close cooperation to tackle the climate crisis and spoke about preserving the planet. Several of the Nordic countries are regarded as international pioneers when it comes to climate protection and renewable energies. That's all we have for you this morning, but before we go, a quick look at the top stories. Akbc State Governor Pastor Umoino says resolutions taken at the just concluded PDP Governors Forum meeting will aid development and unity of the country. The governor was speaking with Government House reporters at the Victor Tai International Airport, Uyo, when he returned to the state after hosting the PDP Governors Forum meeting in Abuja. The Senate has confirmed the appointment of the Chief of Defense Staff and Service Chiefs appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We also told you that Ifeanyi Ibibio, the Supreme Council of Ibibio traditional rulers, has extended the condolences of the Ibibio people to the paramount ruler of a local government area, Edidem Udoite Edon, over the death of an illustrious son of the area, the late Bombasi Inwayen, who died in the United States of America. That's all we have for you this morning. We appreciate your company. Stay tuned for other programs. I remain Juliet Richard.